Hey guys, after about 3 months of MIA, it's the Libra man back at you. I had to take me a little break. I went on a cruise. My birthday was the 15th of October. Happy belated to me. Thank you. And I just wanted to give you guys an update of what's been going on with me. So I'm going to do a 4-part series from my beginning travels of the cruise all the way to the end. This is part 1 of the 4-part series. So let's get started. So I decided to take a trip on the MSC Seascape. My first time cruising on MSC. It left Miami, Florida, October the 12th, 2024, and it returned October 19th, 2024. You want to know how that cruise was? You got to keep coming to the series, and you will hear it. But I'm going to start from the beginning, like I said. So October the 11th, at 9 o'clock in the morning, I left Virginia from Richmond Airport. Airport had a nice shuttle service from the parking garage to the actual airport, which was only about 3 minutes away. They picked you up where you dropped your car off, and they marked where your car was. They gave you a ticket to tell you where your car would be, and they took you to the Richmond Airport where Spirit was boarded. I heard a lot about Spirit. I have been on Spirit before. I had never experienced these issues. I try not to make other people's issues mine. Spirit left on time, got me to Fort Lauderdale on time. I was supposed to check in at the Days Inn in Fort Lauderdale through my Wyndham Rewards. And yes, through that week prior to my cruise, Hurricane Helene had did some damage to Florida. I hadn't received any calls from anybody. Fort Lauderdale's Days Inn hadn't called me. Wyndham's, I hadn't heard anything. Got to the airport in Fort Lauderdale and was trying to contact the Days Inn because they were supposed to have a free shuttle to a hotel from the airport. No answer, no answer, no answer. Finally, I said, well, let me just grab one of these cabs out here. Went and grabbed a cab. The cab took me to the Days Inn. When we get there, cops are all outside the Days Inn, not a light on in the place, water in the driveway, and the people came directly to the cab and said, this hotel is closed, you cannot be here. So of course, I did not think much of that. I understand that there was a hurricane. I understand all these things. But I was not informed. A person that flew all the way from Richmond, hundreds and hundreds of miles, to take a cab that cost almost $40 to go to a hotel, and it was closed. So what did I have to do? I had to sit in the cab at Dunkin' Donuts, and I had to call Wyndham's, and I had to try to get Wyndham's to not only explain to me what was going on and why I wasn't informed, but to find me another hotel. Well, while I was doing this, the cab driver was very, very nice. He understood. He was being very patient. It started pouring down raining. He didn't expect me to get out the car and make these calls, so I was making these calls right in the cab. After about 20 minutes of them having me on the phone, he looked back at me, and the look he gave me, I knew what he was going to say. I said, man, just turn the meter. I couldn't expect him. I could not expect him to sit there and just wait for me and waste his time while he was not getting paid. It was not his fault this happened. So Wyndham finally finds me a hotel, which was twice as much, and it was a mile and a half away from the airport, which I asked Wyndham from the beginning, get me a hotel that's closer to the airport. The hotel at the Days Inn was over 5 miles away. So now I had to take another cab that had already been ticking for about 30 minutes back toward where I just came from. Found a nice hotel over there through Wyndham's, Wyndham Garden, very nice hotel. It was, like I said, twice as much. Paid for the hotel. You know, the cab driver was very nice. I tipped him very well. And I asked him, would he be able to come back tomorrow to take me to Brightline because that's the train that I was using to go from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. He said, I can do that, but I don't really want to take your money when it's not necessary. He said, they have a shuttle at this hotel that leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning that takes you to the airport. From the airport, there is a Brightline area that you can get a free shuttle from the airport to the Brightline train station. My train was leaving at 10:30, so I took the 7:30 shuttle from the hotel, went to the airport. The free shuttle came about 8:30. By 9 o'clock, I was at Brightline, and I must say, Brightline, I didn't know much about it. It is a wonderful way to go from Fort Lauderdale to Miami. They also go to Orlando. And from what I heard, they're going to eventually start going to Tampa. It was a 30-minute ride. Up and back was total $70, which was not bad. And it gets you 9/10 of a mile away from the cruise terminal. The train was clean. You could tell that they were practically new. You had something that you can set your stereo up if you wanted your iPad or whatever. You had your own little area right there. They fed you snacks on there. Very, very nice. First time I had rode a train in years, and they're bright yellow. I like them. I would definitely use them again. From the Brightline station, I got an Uber that took 10 minutes to get there and got me to the cruise terminal in not even 10 minutes. My check-in time was 2:15. I got to the terminal at 12 o'clock. They let me start my process of checking in, which I had already did all my online checking in. So all I had to do was go show my ID, put my bag out there so that they could take it onto the cruise ship. By 12:30, I was on the cruise ship. And MSC welcomed me with open arms. And that's the end of series 1. If you want to find out more, you're going to have to tune in for the next 3 series, which will be every other day. So today is Wednesday. Another one will come out Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday. Tune in. Libra Man out.